Well, hello everybody, and just starting a live stream here again. Hopefully, I'm going to figure out how to handle Google Hangout and have an open conversation. Well, hello everybody, and just starting a live stream here again. Hopefully, I'm going to figure out how to. We'll see if how this goes this time. I guess I'll just hang out here for a bit and wait to see if anybody joins. Hi, Miss JK. Hi, Melissa K. Melissa K, it'd be great if you can help me with Google Hangout tonight, and so that I can get people to call in through Google Hangout. I have my Google Hangouts open, and so um, how do I say like to get you to join the call through Google Hangouts? So I think I have Google Hangouts open, and then if I click, say, hit message, and then do I just key in maybe your email and a message, and that will bring you in, Melissa? Hi, White Rabbit. Thanks for joining. Okay, so Melissa, am I clicking the plus sign here in YouTube or on Google Hangout? Okay, let me try that. I'm not seeing the plus sign, Melissa. So when I go to Google Hangouts, I'm in Google Hangouts and I have options of enter name, email, or phone number of a person. And then I have video call, phone call, or message options. Right, White Rabbit. And I'm still learning. Sorry, guys. Once I get this figured out, we can get calls in. It'd be better instead of my phone. That way we can add more than one person in the conversation. I think I have you, Melissa, in a conversation. In a chat conversation on Hangouts, though. I don't know why this thing's so hard. Okay, so listen, then now that I have you in that, how do I add you, say, to the call for you to call in and join? I see the video camera, then an arrow, and then 3 dots. I don't see the person plus. Sorry, everybody, I'm still learning here. Hi, Paul. Thanks for joining. I'm learning how to do Google Hangout to get people on the phone. Bear with me. How do I add them to live? How do I add you to live chat, Melissa? Okay, so all right, hang on a second. Let me try that. Hello, Melissa?
Hey, you just opened another window.
Okay, so this is not the right one then.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So this isn't on the YouTube channel.
It is not, no, you're not live. You opened another window. Yes, in your little window that you have open, are you on a cell phone?
I'm on a laptop.
Okay. So on the window on Google Hangouts, kind of like the window you just opened to be able to talk to me, you need to go back to the other window that's actually live right now, and there is a picture. I showed you, I sent you a little picture of the person with the plus button. That's what you want to click on that window, not this window, the one that you're actually live on YouTube with.
So, okay, I'm in Google Hangouts right now. Where do I go for right now on Google Hangouts? I go to the menu, contacts, conversation, phone calls, invites.
If you're on the one that's live, on the window that's live, you can do invites. Put my information in there.
But I don't know if I was on the one that was live. Okay, this one. Okay. So do I click on the empty hangout one? The new conversation?
The hangout that you're live on should say live.
I don't see where it says live anywhere. I bring up the little window where we were messaging each other.
Yeah, if you have an empty, where you message, if you have one that's empty that's just you in there, that might be the one, and you can add me to that, and I can come in that way. But the window that we were talking in just a second ago, this one, is not going to help you get me on your show live.
Okay. I am such an idiot. Sorry, everybody.
No, you're not. You're good. This just takes a few minutes to learn how to use the software, and then you're all good.
I don't think I ever opened one that that shows live. Right?
Hello, everyone. So
all right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm going to just go to Google Hangouts, and it says, "Hi, Cowboy. Get started by calling or messaging a friend below." And then I have options.
So you're in the live hangout all by yourself. So there's gonna be a window open, a chat window open that has a picture of a camera on it.
Okay, now it says I'm in this live video call, but it's just me.
Yeah, that one. That's the one you want to add me to. That's the one you want to invite me to. The one that's just you.
Then I click add people. Then I just clicked on you.
Okay. And it should have sent me an invite.
And it did a check mark.
Alrighty, let me check. Yep, no, I did not receive an invite yet. Hold on, it might have went. I don't know how to use this Gmail very well yet. The Gmail's got me stumped, let me tell you. Okay. No,
okay, now it says one other person to hang on. So I must have added you.
Okay. I see it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hang up here.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. Just letting this Google Hangout. It'd be easier for down the road on this. Hang with me.
Hey,
Hey,
okay,
all
let's
right. So
see.
you're there. Can everybody
Um,
hear Melissa?
we'll see in just a second if I got the right one or not, because it should show up on your there. Yep, you got the right one. Look at that. You added a person.
What? Okay.
Yay! Good
Next step.
job.
Next step, Melissa. How do I add your avatar? Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Hey.
Yay!
What?
Good job.
I don't know if I'm going to remember this.
You'll remember it. Good job.
Oh,
Now you know how to add people so you can talk to them on here.
right. Because the phone, I only could get really one or maybe two people with a conference call, but then the phone had to be close to the computer and not heard as well.
Yeah, you can get like 10 people, I think, up on here.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay, so let's get other people in here. So how do I
through
do I need to get in their um, Google Hangout information or do I post mine and how do I find mine for them
let's
to
see, I can add people here if I have their information.
okay
I
yeah,
added Dawn for you.
perfect.
So if she's anywhere to be seen, she'll see that and
Let me
she
let
can.
her know.
Is there anyone else that you want to add? You can just add people just like you did me, right off the little chat like you did me.
But I found yours through Google, not through YouTube.
Okay, well, on through YouTube, you just put their YouTube name, and sometimes it'll bring up their little icon, and then you can click on it, and it'll add them. But if that doesn't work, then you probably will need to get their email address. And some people don't like to give out their information, but um, if someone really wants to come on that way, then they would find a way to either email you privately or send you a private message with that information.
Okay. So you think of the best way to get people that maybe so don't post my Hangout email or post my personal email and they can email me through that.
You can use if you want people to have your email address, you can tell it to them.
Okay, I'm going to post my email address for a minute and everybody take it down. That way you have it. You can email me if you'd like to join and then we'll go from there.
Hey Rena, thanks for coming by. I love you. Paul, hey Paul.
Hey,
Long
Paul.
reach one.
I already sent a message
White rabbit.
to Dawn, but yeah, you can send another one. Irina, I long reach one. Um, long reach one. If you want to join, you can join. You always have good information. Rena, I know you do yours. White Rabbit, I know that you talked about possibly joining at some point. It's going to be an open conversation, and again, this is a little bit more of a test to get the Google Hangout going, but I'm sure once we get it going, more so that we'll get more topics.
Did you see the video I did earlier today?
I didn't. I saw that you posted one, and I've been meaning to play it. But you know what? If you want, let's do this. Let's learn something. Show me how to share, and I'll play it.
Okay, so if you're on your laptop, then you would actually open YouTube on my page on that video, and then make sure it's paused.
Okay, let me go to that video. Okay, I have it on YouTube and it is paused.
Okay, So then on this screen, you should see like 3 dots or something. And when you hover over them, it'll say share screen. So you can click on that, share screen.
Okay,
And then
so the 3 dots are where?
you just have to, like click around. I don't know exactly how a laptop works. I know how the computer and a phone works.
So I have in the chat at the top, there's 3, and it says manage moderators, participants, pop out chat, toggle timestamps, send feedback.
There should be somewhere where you can
Go to this screen. Okay, there's screen share. Okay.
So when you click that, it should bring up another little window that you can click on the advanced.
And then it
has
says,
two tabs on it.
present to everyone.
Oh, that's the wrong screen. Click the tab.
Hello? Can you hear me? All right.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. You're back. You're back on it. It stayed on. Isn't that cool?
All right. So everybody can hear us again.
They should be able to.
Okay. I don't even know what I did, but my
They
hand.
say we can hear you, cowboy. So,
Okay. So now I have 3 of you in the Google Hangout.
well, Rena
People.
isn't on the phone, but she said, "What's up?" in the chat.
It said, well, it says on the right, people in conversation, you, Don, and Rena.
Yeah, Dawn hasn't checked in yet. I don't know where she's at.
So how would I add them to the call if they
They're
show?
already added. They just have to click on the phone icon to be able to come in here.
Okay. Let's go back to showing your video until they come in.
Okay. So if you click on the video and you have it ready and you have it paused, and then you go to share screen, and then you're going to have to change your tab at the top of your screen because you only have one screen really quick as you hit share screen to that video so that everyone else sees that. And then you'll have to, and then you can press play on it and it should play.
Now, if I go down and I have share and I have a YouTube link, can I then maybe I need to post that?
No, you're not going to post a link. You're just sharing your screen.
Right, but I'm on a laptop, I'm on the phone.
Right, so you should be able to share your screen on a laptop. If you have that video open and you have it paused, and then you go, because on a laptop you have different tabs at the top, right, that you open. So you have to open a new tab to be able to open that, right?
Yeah, I have like 4 open right now.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you want to be very careful. You can dislodge that tab by I think you could pull them apart or open it.
All I have is Google Hangouts and YouTube opens. So.
Okay, so the Google Hangouts page that you're on, it has a URL at the top. The URL, people can actually, if they see that URL at the top, if you share your screen and they see that, I don't think anyone here is going to do it, but if they see that URL on your screen when you go to share your screen, they can actually jump in on the Hangouts like I am on with you right now. So that is why a lot of people are very careful about sharing their screen.
Okay, so, I'm good at sharing my screen from doing like presentations.
Hey, Dawn.
But I just need to. Oh, is
I'm
Dawn
here.
Did Dawn join?
Yeah, there's Dawn.
What? Hi, Dawn.
Hey, Cowboy. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing? Thanks for joining.
Sorry, it took me a minute.
That's okay. I'm still learning here. So I'm right now, Melissa's showing me how to share her video that she made today.
Oh, nice. Oh,
So,
nice.
So, okay. So you have 4 different tabs open. So you have the Hangouts tab where you're going to click share screen, and then you have the tab where you have the video that I made on it. You can.
What tab are you talking about that shows? Is that Google Hangouts that says share screen?
Yes.
I'm not seeing where it says share screen on Google Hangouts. So.
You found it just a little bit ago, and what you needed to do is click the tab that shows my video after you click share screen.
I gotcha. Okay.
Super quick, like click. But I don't think anybody here is going to write down your URL and come in on.
This is actually a different screen that shows that. Hang on. Not that one. I see. Okay, so it's got to be quick. Let me try this. No, of course not. That's it. There we go. That one. Okay. That didn't do it either. I see it in Google Hangouts to share. Oh, I see. There we go.
Looky there, you did it.
Okay, so are you seeing it?
We can see what you're showing, and then click at the top where you have the tab open for the video, my video.
We're gonna play.
There you go, and then before you hit play, click on your name on Google. Oh, you'd have to go back to do that. I wonder if I can do it for you. Oh, you're yeah. I'll quit talking so you can do it. Just hit play.
Okay, and then do I need to unmute it?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Is it playing? Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it. And you're back to the window where everybody has their comments. Oh, now you're back to it. Do you have a headset on?
No.
Hmm.
Let me try this. Hang on. That's full volume. Well, I'm sorry the sound is so low. And Melissa, is there a video to this?
It's just a black page with me talking.
Okay.
If you click off screen share, and I'll show you how to do all this stuff when you're not live, on a dead air broadcast where no one else is like watching everything. So that way you're not giving out any kind of vital information that might be on your computer, okay?
Okay. Sorry, everybody. I'm almost there.
It's really not that hard, but I just don't want you to. I don't know what you have on your computer, and I just don't want anybody to be able to hack you.
Well, I'm okay with the way we did this, and I know how to. I know how to be private on things like this. What I'm concerned about is the volume being so low, and why it wasn't be able to be heard by everybody.
I'm not really sure I don't know that. I don't know. Hey, Dawn, how are you?
Hey, all right. How y'all doing?
Good. How was your day today? Did you have a good
Uh,
day?
it was all right. I was a little bit sore today, but I'm getting there. Gotta make yourself you gotta make yourself uh walk through the pain and all that stuff. You gotta get yourself back in shape.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a while to do that, but
Yeah,
you're actually doing better than most people would have been doing, considering.
yeah. It ain't even been, it's just been like right at 3 weeks or something. I had major surgery, so I'm doing really good. Walk around, just a little sore, like, it's going to take some time. I got to get used to it's different, where they put stuff in there. They said my body's got to adjust to, I got rods in there and screws, and it's got to adjust to it.
So you're almost an AI now.
I know, I got rods and screws and all kinds of stuff. I don't even know what they put in there.
Bionic woman.
I'm bionic. Yeah, I'm bionic. I got bionic legs now.
And now she can run faster than any woman on earth. Was that
Yeah.
bionic woman? Which, remember that? The bionic man?
I remember. Yep. I make that sound all the time now when I walk. My daughter don't know what I'm doing, but I know. They don't remember that stuff.
Right. So is there a topic you guys want to go over tonight? Kind of open discussion and
Is there a topic you want to go over tonight? It's your show. That's a better question.
it's not my show, it's our show. It's everybody's show. And
Everybody's show. Well, what's everybody out there say?
yeah, let's see.
Yeah, there's several people in chat. There's Rena and Paul and White Rabbit and Mrs. JK. Love all you guys. Long Reach.
Does White Rabbit have Google Hangouts?
He's given his email. He said his phone got hacked.
So would I use that email to invite him through Google Hangout then?
Yes, I can actually. Let me see.
Look at you. You go, girl. We got the bionic woman and the AI in the house.
Oh, I can't do it from here. I'd have to do it from my phone. Sorry. I'm going to mute this.
Okay. So if I switch over to my Google Hangouts, do you guys see that or not? I hear you, little guy.
He ain't so little. He's huge.
Mama,
He's
it's
huge.
time.
Okay, White Rabbit has an invite.
Sweet. And so once you do that, he'll be added in mine. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So White Rabbit will be able to come on now. By the invite sends a link to the person so that they can just click on the link and then they can just it pops a window open in Google Hangouts for them and they are able to talk just like we are. I didn't just have that on mute, did I?
No.
You in there?
Okay.
Is Chad on there?
Nobody
hey,
else
Chad,
is...
are you in there?
He's in there. He just has to connect or accept. Rena's in there. She just needs to accept. When I switch to my Google Hangout, you guys don't see that, right? I'm not giving you information. Look at you go, Melissa. You're like a little. Do you work for YouTube?
No. I watched a whole bunch of different videos on all this stuff so that I would know how to. I learned in my last job that I had, when I actually had a job, I learned that the best thing you can do is, hi, White Rabbit.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, White Rabbit. Welcome, brother.
White Rabbit. Just call you
Y'all
White
hear me
Rabbit.
okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great.
So, does White Rabbit have a name?
Chad.
Yes. Sorry, go
Chad?
ahead. That's right.
Well, hi, Chad. I'm Melissa. I'm really Melissa.
Melissa, I know enough about you, I think, to not need too much introduction from everyone.
But what I was saying is, I learned from my last job that I had that the best thing to do when you're confronted with something new is to learn it to the best of your ability. And because YouTube and the internet has all these self-help and learning apps, and people have gone before us to make all these little movies or these little shows or these self-help things, I learned that the best solution is to go and watch them so that I know how to do things, so that I don't feel like I don't know how to do things. So self-education, I guess you could say. And,
Right?
and
It's the best kind of education experience.
yeah, and then I also believe that no man left behind, so that we should teach each other. If we know something that someone doesn't know, that we should show them, and stay calm, because we once had to learn it too. So there's been a couple different people that have asked how to work Google Hangouts, and I'm like, okay, I'll show you what I know. That's all I can show you. It's just what I know. But in the process of doing that, I've had a couple people show me things that I didn't know, and that was amazing. That was awesome.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Every job I've ever had, I end up becoming the instructor or teacher for the new people. And I've always said, I don't care. You can ask me the same question 1,000 times, and there is no dumb question. One thing I do know is if you're asking me the same question more than twice, I need to figure out why I'm not answering it in the way you understand it.
Right.
Instead of getting angry that they don't get it.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to be able to explain it 4 or 5 different ways for people to understand it. But sometimes I've hit walls before where I'm like, I don't know how else to explain this.
Right.
I'm like, let's ask someone else. Okay, let's go and invite someone else in this conversation to help us. I've done that one before too. Of course, we're supposed to encourage each other and enlighten each other and help each other learn. We're supposed to be there for one another with love and compassion.
Love one another.
Well said, Melissa. Can I ask, can y'all hear me okay? Is my dog barking in the background noticeable? I don't have earbuds, etc.
You sound good. I just hear the rabbits.
There's rabbits sucking on water right now, honestly, by me.
You really have rabbits?
Yes, ma'am. 4 of them. Bugs,
Oh my
Rosie.
gosh.
I haven't named the 2 older ones, honestly.
That is so cool.
I'll tell you a sad story. I had rabbits when I was younger. We had, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 rabbits as pets. We had chickens, we were out in the boonies. And so anyway, my dad decided to sell the rabbits. And then one of the rules was, for whoever bought them was that they had to be a pet. Well,
Right.
bought all of our rabbits, and next week I'm driving or getting a ride home on the school bus, and I look out the window, and there's all the pelts of the rabbits hanging out, drying.
Oh,
Killed me.
I'm so sorry. Oh no.
That sounds terrible.
It
Yeah,
was.
we got ours kind of like we got my dog rescue rabbits kind of, and my daughter. Uh, you know, it was supposed to be pets for her. It's just like everything else, though. It winds up being something I take care of instead. But yeah, that's a sad thing. But some people do. I hate to say it, but some people do. Instead of chickens, that is their food. That's their way of living.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's dive into a conversation here, and we'll get the chat room involved. Maybe we can get more people involved. And get into a topic here if you guys want. Any suggestions are open for anybody on the call and anybody in the chat room of any topic, and every topic is open. So
I don't know how to see the chat room, Cowboy. Is there any way, or Melissa, is there some way to see what people are saying?
Yes. Cowboy, if you go to the chat room on your screen, there'll be right at the top right-hand corner, there's 3 little dots. And if you click on those 3 little dots and click pop out chat, that'll pop your chat out. And then you go back to your Google Hangout page and you go to the share again, like you're going to share your page. And you go to advanced settings to find the picture of the pop out chat, and you double click on it and it'll show it on the screen, and it'll only show the chat on your screen.
okay, so when I go to share, I know I have to do this quick.
Well, if you do this way, you shouldn't have to do it quick. So if you first pop out your chat room,
Okay,
go to the 3 little dots,
I
click
did
pop
that.
out. Okay, and then you go to your Google Hangouts page and go to share screen and go to advanced settings, or what's the other word that's there? There's 2 tabs there. It's the second tab that's on there. And then you should be able to see like a little icon picture of the chat room all by itself. And you double click on it, and then that will put it up on the screen for everyone to see the chat room. Yes. Now, what you need to do is you go back to your Google Hangout page right now
Got it.
and click on yourself, which is the chat room picture right now. Present to everybody.
I can see it under Cowboy's name, Melissa.
Yeah, he needs to click. He needs to go back to there. He's got it. Good job. You present to everybody.
Okay, now how come I'm not seeing the chat?
It came and went, it looked like.
Okay. Are you on your Google Hangouts page where you like?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, click on your little picture of the chat room, which is you, and then you want to click present to everyone. You should be able to see a little arrow or something that says present to everyone.
In Google Hangout?
Yeah.
It's up there. I think no.
It keeps going as we talk. It goes up and down.
Because I'm clicking away.
Well, you want to. It highlights you, so it makes you the presenter. It looks like you did it. It's staying up on the page, so it looks like you did it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up on there now.
Yeah, I think I can see it if I click on Cowboy's icon.
Okay, but when I go back to the stream, I'm not seeing it. It just says restore chat.
It's on the screen, on the live screen, so everyone else is seeing it. Hi, Candied Cupcakes. So everyone else is actually seeing the chat in the live stream.
My kids are fixing to be home from soccer, by the way, and so is my wife. You guys, I just thought I'd let you know. But yeah, I'm so glad to be able to be a part of the group and conversation. I'm usually the kind of person who doesn't. I don't know. I'm pretty guarded, as one would say. Usually,
You know, I find
nowhere for a reason.
You always have such good things to say, though, Chad. You really ought to get on and talk more because you always are talking in every chat I'm in. You always have such really good things to say.
Well, I appreciate that, Don. I don't know. I'm not as comfy with myself verbally and physically and all the other leads you can think of as I am sometimes just putting it in writing. You know, you can always kind of fix what you type in, but it's hard to take back words and get the inflection, you know, you get from hearing someone's voice, which is what a lot of people look for and want, but it's not always, you know, it's not easy, I guess. Not for some of us. Not for what some of us feel, I think. Myself definitely, with some of the things I've gone through and what I'm still going through at the moment. I got, like Melissa, I got hurt. I deal with a lot, you know, and it's not just physical. It's internal with a 7-year-old daughter and son and a wife and just crazy, you know, crazy things. It's the way life is. But I
Is
put
your
my
wife
faith in
awake?
God, go from there.
Is your wife awake, Chad, to the changes?
No, ma'am, she's not.
Oh, I'm so
Not at
sorry. We
all.
need we need to pray for her.
I do every day. I pray as much as I can when I wake up every day. I usually start off with prayer and go to my prayer closet, as they say, and hit the prayer list and do chores, uh, you know, and then pray again and eat lunch if I remember to, and do some more chores and pray some more. It's just kind of how it is nowadays for me.
Well, White Rabbit, you know, there's power in the prayer of group. And, you know, I'd say if you'd like, go ahead and let's do a group prayer and lead it off and pray. And
Oh, Cowboy, at the moment, I think I don't, you know, I don't have it in me at the moment. I'm like I said, I pray in private better, you know. I don't know another way to put that. Like Photo Helix says, you know, you're not supposed to pray on the church steps or whatever kind of thing. But I do appreciate other people who do it. I just don't have. I haven't honestly. I was kind of an atheist a little bit for a while until 2016. In you know, I mean, not that I didn't believe in God in one way or another my entire life, but I kind of let him go. Does that make sense? With the things that had happened and taken place in my life, and then I kind of got the wind knocked out of me, and I don't know, went back to the Bible and noticed a bunch of crazy stuff. And as soon as I noticed that, I had my whole life fall apart, and I'm still trying to pick up the pieces or figure out how to minimize the damage, so to speak, you know, metaphorically speaking. Truth be told, this is awkward for me.
you know what? Let me tell you something. Growing up as in religion my whole life, there was a point in my life where I became one of those people that all religions are the same and worship the same God and got and stepped away and started looking at different things and sometimes you know we fall into that trap. It's pushed upon us. Yeah, the one thing I do know is that before I did and after I went back, I know the truth.
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir. I can agree with that, Cowboy, 100%. And I knew it in my heart too. You know, I just had a lot of bad things happen back to back, and I know I'm not supposed to do it, and that's one of the reasons I say it's easier to type stuff than say it. But I got upset with God a little bit, and you know, I shouldn't have, and I feel guilty as heck for all kinds of things. But you know, it it pushed me away from him far enough where it was hard once I had to admit you know, I did that and I messed up, and you know, making amends is a lot easier sometimes than going astray, the narrow path, so to speak, not the broad one. But yeah, I tried to be honest with you, I tried to help my neighborhood, my neighbors and stuff. And I had a neighbor, crazy neighbor, attack me, and you know, long story short, she had issues, and I didn't call the sheriff, which is what we would call where I live here, and she did, and they came and questioned me, and you know, I thought no big deal, but wound up getting an arrest warrant, you know, after the fact, and it costs, you know, we're a single family with 2 kids and a dog and 4 rabbits and 5 acres for me to take care of with a push mower. So you know, it was more than I can afford. I thought it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but to even have to deal with the legal process, it just about, you know, bankrupted us. So, you know, that's just part of it. But to have neighbors that I was trying to help, you know, they were this lady was hiding across the way from the gate that I have at the entrance to my property. She jumped out of the woods while my kids are in the truck and started screaming at me, and you know, I responded with anger back, but I didn't do anything to her. She fell on her butt and got scratched up, and that was enough to put me in jail, and I don't know, take away a lot of rights, to put it simply, and $12,000 in the hole, and make my wife not only question whether I'm worth keeping around, but you know, anything else that I believe, especially stuff like the Mandela effect. But I think it happened so that God honestly would make me. That's when I buried myself back in the Bible, you know, and I was like, this stuff isn't right. Something's, you know, something's going on. I don't know what it is. I'm either misremembering or, you know, something's up. So anyways, at that point, I started looking at YouTube videos, found Photo Helix, believe it or not, and realized that he was onto something. And I've kind of just gone from there, I guess, and used what I did know about science. And I try to, you know, I try to live a virtuous life, honestly, you know. I believe in Ben Franklin's 13 virtues or whatever, is some of the main ones. And I don't know, long story short, I guess I've tried to correct as best I can what I've done wrong and forgive who I need to forgive, and remember what I need to remember, you know.
This world's a hard place, Dad. I know it's hard to not be angry at people when they, you know, sometimes the world comes at you from all directions, and it's hard to turn the other cheek like you're supposed to.
Yes, ma'am, Dawn. I would have to say that's right on the money, right on the money for sure. And I've seen things that defy logic and explanation, you know, that is supernatural, honestly, that I don't know what to make of it, you know, besides ME changes. I mean, I'm talking in the real world. So somebody's trying to get my attention, and I can't deny that God has tried to get it too. And if I turn my back on him, then what good am I to anyone, honestly? So anyways, I guess I'm young compared to most that would probably be, you know, wise as far as biblical stuff goes, but I know what I know, and I trust my heart, and I go with that. I try to, and you know, go from there, I guess, like I said.
You know, White Rabbit, I can hear it in your voice, man, and I feel for you. I'm at a point in my life also that I'm probably at the worst point in my life I've ever have been. And if I was where I'm at today 10 years ago, I don't know where I'd be. But one thing I know is my faith is not going to change, no matter what my situation is going to be tomorrow, the end of the month. and you know, just keep your faith and keep doing what you're doing, and God will lead you on the right path. And you know, and sometimes in our lives, things that we think, why am I in this situation? We don't realize until afterwards why. You know.
Yeah, I totally.
thought.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I totally agree with that. I think what happened actually pushed me closer to God, not further away. Even though I was hurt by it initially, I think it has something kind of in common with what Melissa put out video wise today, as far as, you know, a lot of the suffering that and people who followed Christ and the pain they went through, you know, it brought them closer to Him, not further away. As hard as that may be for some people to hear, it's actually true.
Right. Well, if you look at his disciples that he chose, right, they weren't the rich. They weren't the ones that had their whole life together and everything perfect, right? And so it
Yeah,
goes to show.
he picked a wild bunch for sure.
And let me tell you something. I guarantee you, this group of people in the chat, we're a wild bunch. Guarantee it.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, all of us seem to have gravitated towards each other as well, which to me just points again to there's something bigger going on, you know, in my opinion. So, come here. Sorry, my dog's noticing my neighbors. Well, my kids and my wife are fixing to be home in a little while, and if you guys want to ask me any questions that I have, you know, I mean, ask me any questions about my beliefs or thoughts or whatever about what's going on, feel free to. I'll give you my opinion, but I've pretty much done it in one form or another in somebody's chat room.
Well, let's talk about the ME. That seems to be a good topic. Everybody, people are talking about it in the chat room. Bob the Builder song. It seems like there's an ME on Bob the Builder song. I'm not. I used to watch Bob the Builder only because of my kids at the time, at the age. So, what's the ME on Bob the Builder?
Oh man, hang on, I gotta think about that one. That's the VHS with my son kind of moments.
I remember Are We Dust is he can build it because he referring to Bob.
Yeah,
he can build it. But now
I keep wanting to go to the you know, Field of Dreams movie though. Whenever I hear that, the if you build it, he will come. Instead of, you know, they, and now it's they. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Something like that keeps ringing in the back of my head. Yeah, I'm blanking on the Bob the Builder.
All right, but they're saying now, it's saying fix it now.
Yeah, if you fix or can we fix it? Yes, we can. I think is what I remember. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. That's part of it. So it's been, my son's 14 now or whatever, and he's it's been a while since I watched the Bob the Builders. But yeah, you know, if I was, I guess he didn't have a little bit of animosity or whatever you call that, or nervousness, I might be a little more responsive on that one. But no, I'm not 100% sure. That's the thing about the ME too. I've noticed that I've seen two of things sometimes, you know, like kind of like Rena in the chat has shown me or whatever with some of her videos. I've noticed that there's not just one of some things that I hear, but two, you know.
No, you know
So
what
that
I
was,
was noticing recently, thinking about the Star Wars one, is the difference between "No, I am your father" and "Luke, I am your father." It
Mhm.
actually is now like my memory has changed again to where Darth Vader says, "No, Luke, I am your father."
Wow. So it's like, is that a third version for you, or is that?
That's a second version. The only one I remember was "Luke, I'm your father." But when I started thinking about more about it, was he was answering the question, and the question was no, when he was talking about killing his father, and his answer was no, meaning no, I did not kill your father. No, Luke, I am your father. And that's
Wow.
where that ME can come in play, where they can simply, some people remember no, and some people remember Luke. It could be both are right in their memory, if that's really the full sentence of it.
The deep side of that is honestly if I really said what I think it has to do possibly with, and this is going to sound really probably weird to people, but has to do with judgment and how God would I mean, if God can rewind your entire life and look at it like a book, so could probably the angels that were fallen. And they may be messing with the same kind of interpretation of our existence. But then again, there's the duality side of, Satan has to exist for God to exist. You know what I mean? And that there's a opposite for everything. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a choice, or how do I put that? Like, but when you start getting into three or more, then you start talking about literally being more like a matrix.
Right. But, if you look at some of the people talking about the ME, a lot of them have situations where things have gone back and forth and changed multiple times for them. So, yeah, I really do believe it has to do with dimensions. It has something to do with dimensions. It's got to, because dimensions where
I think it's still one reality that's being tampered with, like we're digital kind of, soul wise. If for information that's saved, if you just think of your soul as the consciousness of you, that's just information, really. Kind of like, I hate to say it, but kind of like DNA and all that's information stored one way or the other. So spiritually speaking, you know anything's changeable if we're digital, and we only experience and integrate with the system through our five senses. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So the analog world that we think is analog can be manipulated, kind of like, I guess, kind of like a magnet can manipulate a credit card or cassette tape or whatever and change around the digital info to fit whatever they want analog wise. The only problem with that is, like I said, if you're having different memories of different timelines, then there's a real possibility that there's different versions of you, and they're just different aspects. In my opinion, they wouldn't be like as far as what you think you are. They would just be versions of you. So that's, I don't know, another way to put it, honestly, at the moment, especially with my wife and kids driving up.
Uh,
But I have to lean more to nothing is actually real, except for this test that life is giving us, and this test that we're in is to get us, to help us learn how to love and be in heaven. Like, that's what all this is for. And it's kind of like a game, and the only way you progress or get out of it is, and don't have to get put back in it, is if you learn how to love and forgive and be what God wants you to be. You know, so that's the simplest way I can put it. But I don't think reality is what people think it is, honestly.
Well, yeah, what is reality when everything we've learned now turns out to be mostly a lie? Then what becomes reality, right? And so,
Right. It's all a waveform. If you want to go science wise, it's all a waveform until it's observed, then it's a particle. If you do a delayed observation, then it goes back in time, which breaks the time, breaks time law, which is like, you get into quantum physics and stuff like that. But, it proves that reality is a series of possibilities from, our perception of time. And I really do believe that what we see, observe, in other words, is our reality. And that not everybody, this gets into NPCs too, but not everybody realizes that enough to be awake, and we share like overlapping bubbles, kind of like a game or something, where everybody's got their character. And if you're in a different part of the game, in a castle somewhere, and I'm on the open plains, I don't see what you see. But if we get closer and like in other words, we share realities as far as the basic infrastructure. But when we start having, individual relations, then it becomes a combined reality. Does that make sense?
right. And let me put it this way. I've always said that you create the reality in the world that you live in. And let me explain. So when there's times in our lives that we struggle maybe with our Christianity or faith, I don't like to use the word Christianity, our faith with God, our friendships. Sometimes we get in relationships that are bad for us, jobs that are bad for us, friends that are bad for us. And a lot of people always like point the finger, like I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for that person or that job or that girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. But the reality is you attract people in your life where you are in life. And therefore, realize that the world that you live in, wherever you are in your world, you're there because that's the direction you chose to go. And therefore, you need to take acceptance of the world that you live in. And if you don't like where you are in life, then it's up to you to make the change and not look at somebody else.
Right.
Where they are in your life or how they were in your life or anything else.
I agree. I always try not to, judge, even the neighbor that tagged me and did everything, and anybody else that's ever said or done wrong, and especially since I know I've done wrong in the past. I mean, yeah, I forgiveness, I think, is honestly the key to heaven, and all this is about understanding, I guess how
I
to.
think a lot of the things of this world don't mean anything, like the car, the house,
Right.
I think it's kind of teaching us those things don't those things can disappear. They're not what's important.
They're actually just like part of the matrix. In other words, they're really just code.
They're not nothing. They're not what's important. Love, kindness, forgiveness. Those things are the
Amen.
important.
Amen, Don. You're a very enlightened person for somebody who, talks about being southern and country. So I was born in McAllen, Texas. I don't think you can get much further south than that. So, anywho, well, Cowboy, I appreciate you having me on, buddy. My wife and kids are here, and I need to see how the soccer game went and stuff. But I'll have to double check and look and see what everybody put in the chat. I'm only on a cell phone and got no tech skills whatsoever. I just have what I have in my heart and what I believe to be, as the right thing to do, and I try to do it. damn the torpedoes, as they say. So, you know.
Well, thank you, White Rabbit, and bless you, brother. And hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah,
Sorry.
bless you all too. I appreciate you guys, and you know, thank you for letting me speak my piece, because I don't know, I'm usually I'm just too I guess too nervous and too insecure in general to have done this without you guys' support. So I love you guys, and I appreciate your support, honestly.
Anytime, and next time, you know, you're always invited on. So,
Well, I
great,
appreciate
great to hear from you, and hearing and sharing about yourself, and just blessed to have you on.
Well, thank you very much, and I may do it again. Y'all have helped me to boost or upgrade my confidence, at least, you know, a little bit. So that's saying something. For the last 2 years, I don't know, I've laid low, as they say, but still try to do what I thought God wanted me to do the entire time as best I could. So anyways, well, I love you guys. Y'all take care, and look forward to talking to y'all again.
Thanks. Thanks, Chad.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Dawn, you want to read what Rena said in the chat?
Yeah, I was going to just bring that up. It looks like she's got some interesting points going out there.
Which one? The last thing she wrote. Starts too bad. Is that the one you're talking about? No spirit can deceive you, and the Holy Spirit will guide you. She's just coming off with a lot of good stuff. All of them good.
I think the one that stood out to me was the one about the ME. Let's see if I scroll back here. Things are so closely tied to the ME after testing them. I've gathered evidence to show it's demonic in nature and growing. It's more threatening every day. I think that's something that maybe we should talk about in that aspect of it.
The growth of the ME.
Yeah.
Oh, White Rabbit's still on.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he has to click on the hang up phone icon to hang up.
If he doesn't, is there a way I can do it for him?
Yes, on your Google Hangout page, if you hover over his little icon, his little picture, some little things will pop up, and there's one that says eject, and that's how you get him out of the room.
Okay, I have one that says leave call.
Yeah, that for him, if you're hovering over his little icon.
Yes. Okay. So if I lose you, sorry. Here we go.